Hello everybody, this is Mad Madness 64, and I'm going to be going over the 5 unreleased guns currently inside of the code for Ballistic Overkill. Now I'm not talking about weapons that are completed and in there, like let's say the Mohawk or the Fiend, but rather guns that weren't finished, never made it to the public in either free-to-play or currently in Ballistic Overkill. Now, as you can see, I have equipped them all to Vanguard. There's 5 guns. And, it looks like they're broken, right? They don't show up. Ignore the bone breaker, that's just a normal gun there. But, yeah, they all appear broken. However, I will just create a match. I don't know why I'm going private. No one can join anyways. Alright, so let's take a look. What should be the Widower and the Persuader. Let's see what they actually do. I'm going to turn down my quality real quick. So this is the precursor to the Anaconda. Looks very interesting. It has a actual iron sight, which makes it look like an assault rifle, but it's a shotgun. It should also be noted that this gun does not have a sound. All you're hearing is the sound of it hitting. There's no sound whatsoever for this gun. The textures in low quality are pretty crude. They're like solid colors. And, as a whole, this gun is mostly finished. All it needs is sound, and it'll be good. It's a complete gun. Now here is a precursor to the Supernova. It's without its fancy iron sights. It's just regular old iron sights. And it should be noted that your hand kind of moves to a different spot as if it was holding the Supernova instead of this gun. And, in design, it's more like the actual MP, the MP5, or MP7. For a easy representation, I can set its likeliness to something from Half-Life 2, the SMG. And it's also noted that if you're holding its iron sights, it kind of sways away from the iron sights, which is kind of disorienting, but not finished. Game's not finished. Moving on. Here we have the precursor to the strike. Now, this is actually an iron sight version of the gun, and it actually zooms in quite a lot for the iron sight. And it also has a GL function. I'll get to that in a moment. Now, the gun itself, pretty standard. Upward recoil pretty low, as if it was from free to play. It was. There isn't that name code too, but it's released. It also has a silencer on the front, so if it did have sound, it would be a silence. Now, the GL has a funny bug. Since it's not finished, the GL functions like a bullet. Completely normal, right? Anyways, the next gun is a really buggy Rhino. It has unfinished animations, it does not have textures, and it does not have sound. It treats these sights like iron sights rather than a scope, because obviously unfinished. And it has some odd animation bugs. Like, finishing reloading is a little buggy, pulling it back out is a little buggy, firing it gives a little bit of bugginess. this is a pretty unfinished gun, but, you know, it could be finished. I would actually like to see this thing implemented. Having a scoped rhino would be an interesting concept for the game. Moving on to the last gun. This gun is one of the variants of the SRSA-1, more known as like the Warden, the Curator, and the Inquisitor. Instead, this is an iron sight version. There's a little bit of bugginess with the model when you're using first person. Well, when you're using iron sights, not first person, or first person. But yeah, it does have a pretty accurate. It is, even when you're hip firing, it's really accurate. There's also a nice little sphere there for your amusement, because apparently it's attached to the clip of the gun. You can see it when you throw out the clip. It's great. Anyways, that's all the unfinished guns that actually have models in the code. There are actually 2 other guns that I cannot show. They are variants of the Goblin/Hobgoblin, but there's no models associated with them, and there's only animations. So I'm going to assume that they're going to be very similar to how they work, just differing in design. So yeah, that is all I have. I am Marksman 64. I am out.